I opened the wedding invitation and saw his name listed under family and close friends, and when I called my mother to ask why she'd invited the man who assaulted me, she said the words that broke something in me forever. Oh, honey, we all know that didn't really happen. I'm 26 years old, and I just realized my mother has never believed me about the worst thing that ever happened to me, and she's known for 8 years. Let me take you back, because this story starts long before the wedding invitation. I grew up in what looked like a normal family. My parents divorced when I was 7. It was amicable, they stayed friends, did joint holidays. My mom remarried when I was 12 to a man named Richard.
He seemed fine. Quiet.
Worked in accounting. Had a son from a previous marriage, Tyler, who was 16 when they got married. Tyler became my stepbrother overnight. At first, everything was normal. Tyler was a typical teenager, surly, spent most of his time in his room gaming, barely acknowledged my existence. Our parents tried to force family bonding, game nights, family dinners, weekend trips, but Tyler made it clear he wasn't interested in having a little sister. I was fine with that. I had my own life, my own friends. We coexisted in the same house, without much interaction. Until I turned 15. That's when things changed. Tyler was 19, home from his first year of college for the summer. Something about him was different. He started paying attention to me, asking about my day, complimenting my clothes, offering to drive me places. My mom thought it was sweet. He's finally warming up to you. I thought it was weird, but I didn't know how to articulate why. He was my stepbrother. He was being nice. That should have been good. But the attention felt wrong. Too intense. Too focused. He started accidentally, walking in on me changing, brushing against me in hallways, sitting too close on the couch during movie nights, making comments about how I was growing up and becoming beautiful. I started locking my bedroom door. One night in July, I remember it was a Tuesday, humid and hot, the kind of night where the air feels heavy. Tyler knocked on my door around 11 p.m. My mom and Richard were already asleep. Can I come in? I want to talk. I'm about to go to bed. Just for a minute. Please. I opened the door.
Kept the chain on.
What's up? Can I actually come in? This is kind of personal. Every instinct told me not to, but he was my stepbrother. We lived in the same house. I was worried I was being paranoid, reading too much into things. I shouldn't have opened the door, but I did. I'm not going to describe what happened in detail. I can't, even after 8 years, without feeling like I'm drowning, but Tyler assaulted me that night. In my bedroom. In my childhood home, where I should have been safe. When it was over, he told me no one would believe me if I said anything. That I'd been flirting with him, that I'd wanted it, that I'd let him into my room. I locked the door after he left and cried until I threw up. I didn't tell anyone for 3 days. I tried to act normal. Avoided Tyler completely. Spent as much time as possible at friends' houses. But I was falling apart inside, and my mom noticed. What's wrong? She asked on the 4th day. You've been so quiet. I broke down. Told her everything. I'll never forget the look on her face. Not horror. Not anger.
Doubt.
Are you sure it happened that way? She asked carefully. What? It's just, Tyler said you've been flirting with him. Acting inappropriately. He mentioned it to Richard last week, said he was uncomfortable. My blood went cold. He said I was flirting with him? He was worried you had a crush. That you might misinterpret his friendliness.
Mom. He assaulted me.
In my room. I didn't misinterpret anything. Honey, that's a very serious accusation. You need to be absolutely certain before you say something like that. I am certain. I'm telling you what happened. She looked torn. Maybe there was a miscommunication? Maybe he thought you wanted. I didn't want it. Okay, calm down. We'll talk to Richard. We'll figure this out. They talked to Tyler. He denied everything. Said I'd invited him into my room. That we'd kissed, that things got a little intense, but it was completely consensual. That he stopped when I seemed uncomfortable. He lied about all of it. But he was 19, articulate, calm. I was 15, hysterical, traumatized. They believed him. Not completely. My mom didn't call me a liar to my face. But she suggested I'd misunderstood the situation. That maybe I'd been confused about consent. That Tyler had stopped when I asked, so clearly it was an assault. Richard was more direct. Tyler wouldn't do that. You're mistaken. I tried to push. Insisted on going to the police. My mom cried. Please don't. This will destroy our family. Tyler's future. Think about what you're doing. Think about what he did. I believe something happened. But I think it was a misunderstanding between two kids who don't know how to communicate.
Please.
Let's handle this as a family. I was 15. I didn't know how to fight adults who didn't believe me. I didn't know how to stand up to a mother who chose her husband and stepson over her daughter. So I stayed quiet. But I refused to be around Tyler. I stayed at my dad's house as much as possible. He had primary custody anyway, but I pushed for more time there. When I had to be at my mom's, I kept my door locked and avoided common areas. My mom thought I was being dramatic, that I was holding a grudge over a misunderstanding. Tyler went back to college. Life moved on for everyone except me. I went to therapy at my dad's suggestion. He didn't know the details, just knew something had happened with Tyler that upset me. My therapist helped me understand it wasn't my fault, that I'd been assaulted, that my mother's refusal to believe me was its own kind of betrayal. Over the years, my relationship with my mom deteriorated. I saw her less, kept conversations surface level, built my life around my dad and stepmom, who were supportive even without knowing everything. My mom complained I was distant, that I'd never gotten over the Tyler situation, that I was punishing her for trying to keep the family together. Tyler graduated college, got a job, got engaged. My mom gushed about him constantly. He's doing so well. Such a good young man. I stopped answering most of her calls. 3 years ago, my mom and Richard got divorced. She called me crying, wanting support. I gave her the bare minimum. 6 months ago, she called with exciting news. I met someone.
His name is David.
He's wonderful. I think you'll really like him. That's great, Mom. I'd love for you to meet him. Maybe lunch next week. I'll check my schedule. I never checked my schedule. 4 months ago, she called again. David proposed. We're getting married in June. Congratulations. I want you to be in the wedding. As a bridesmaid. Please? I know we haven't been close lately, but you're my daughter. It would mean everything. I hesitated. Part of me wanted to repair our relationship. Part of me wanted a mom who actually showed up for me. I'll think about it. Thank you, honey. I'm sending you the save the date. The save the date arrived 2 weeks later. Pretty, elegant. My mom's name and David's name in fancy script. The wedding invitation arrived last month. I opened it casually, expecting the usual details: date, time, location, dress code. Then I saw the back page. Special thanks to our family and close friends. There was a list of names. People who'd contributed to the wedding, or who were part of the wedding party, or who were just important to my mom and David. Halfway down the list, Tyler Morrison. My stomach dropped. Tyler was going to be at the wedding. Not just invited, important enough to be listed by name. I called my mom immediately. Why is Tyler on the invitation? Oh, honey, I know you two have history, but... History? Is that what we're calling it? It was years ago. You're both adults now. Surely you can be civil for one day. He assaulted me, Mom. Silence. Then, we've been over this. That was a misunderstanding. It wasn't a misunderstanding. He raped me. In my bedroom. When I was 15. Don't use that word. That's not what happened. That's exactly what happened. Tyler has been part of this family for years. Richard and I are still friendly. Tyler still considers me a parental figure. I could not invite him. You absolutely could not invite him. You could choose your daughter over your ex-husband's son who assaulted me. I don't believe that's what happened. You don't believe me. I believe something happened that you misunderstood. Stop calling it a misunderstanding. He held me down. I said no. Multiple times. And you're inviting him to your wedding. I'm not going to uninvite someone based on accusations from a decade ago. 8 years. It's been 8 years. And they're not accusations. It's the truth. Your daughter's truth. That you've never believed. I'm sorry you feel that way. Don't. Don't apologize for my feelings. Apologize for inviting my rapist to your wedding. Or better yet, uninvite him. I can't do that. It would cause drama with Richard, and what? And it's more important to keep your ex-husband happy than to protect your daughter. You're being unreasonable. I'm being unreasonable? You invited the man who assaulted me to your wedding. How is that reasonable? It was a teenage situation that got blown out of proportion. I'm not coming. What? To your wedding. I'm not coming. If Tyler's there, I'm not. You're going to miss my wedding over something that happened years ago? I'm missing your wedding because my mother doesn't believe I was sexually assaulted and thinks it's appropriate to force me into a room with my abuser. Don't be dramatic. I'm not being dramatic. I'm setting a boundary. Either uninvite Tyler, or I'm not coming. I can't uninvite him. Then you've made your choice. I hung up. She called back 17 times. I didn't answer. She left voicemails. You're being selfish. You're ruining my day. We all know it wasn't as serious as you claim. He barely remembers it. That last one broke me. He barely remembers it. The assault that defined my teenage years, that sent me to therapy, that destroyed my relationship with my mother, that still gives me nightmares, he barely remembers it. I texted her one message. I'm not coming. Don't contact me about this again. She sent a reply, fine. If you want to hold on to this grudge and miss your own mother's wedding, that's your choice. But don't expect me to keep begging. I blocked her number. My dad found out. I'd finally told him everything last year, and he'd been supportive. When he heard about the wedding invitation, he was furious. She invited him? After everything? She doesn't believe me. She never has. How could she not believe you? You're her daughter. She chose him. She chose keeping Richard happy, keeping Tyler in her life, keeping the family together. She's always chosen him over me. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. The worst part? She thinks I'm the one being unreasonable. She thinks I'm holding a grudge over a misunderstanding. It's not a misunderstanding. I know that. You know that. She refuses to know that. The wedding is next week. My mom sent one final email. I hope you'll reconsider. David and I both want you there. Tyler will be there, but you don't have to interact with him. Please don't miss this important day because of the past. I didn't respond. My dad offered to take me away that weekend. We'll go to the beach. Get your mind off it. I don't need my mind off it. I need to accept that my mother will never believe me. I believe you. I know. Thank you. Yesterday, my mom's best friend called me. Your mother is heartbroken that you won't be at the wedding. Then she shouldn't have invited my rapist. She doesn't see it that way. I know she doesn't. That's the problem. She thinks you're exaggerating what happened. I'm not. Maybe if you just came and avoided Tyler.
No.
I'm not going to an event where I have to strategically avoid my abuser while everyone pretends nothing happened. I'm not doing that to myself. She's your mother. And I was her daughter when Tyler assaulted me. Where was her loyalty then? Silence. I'm not coming to the wedding, I said firmly. Please stop asking. So here I am, 1 week before my mother's wedding, estranged from her because she never believed the worst thing that ever happened to me. People keep telling me I should go anyway. She's your mom. It's her wedding day. You'll regret missing it, but I won't regret it. I'll regret that my mother chose her ex-stepson over her daughter. I'll regret that she heard me say, I was assaulted, and responded with, are you sure? I'll regret that she spent 8 years minimizing my trauma, calling it a misunderstanding, telling me to get over it. I'll regret that when faced with a choice, invite Tyler and lose me, or invite me and lose Tyler. She chose Tyler. But I won't regret protecting myself. I won't regret refusing to stand in a room with the man who raped me while my mother celebrates and everyone pretends everything is fine. I won't regret having boundaries, even if those boundaries cost me my mother. Because here's the truth, I lost my mother 8 years ago. The day I told her I'd been assaulted, and she didn't believe me. The day she chose protecting her marriage over protecting her daughter. The day she decided Tyler's comfort was more important than my safety. I just didn't realize it until I saw his name on that wedding invitation. My mother didn't invite my abuser to her wedding despite knowing what he did. She invited him because she never believed what he did. And that's so much worse. Because it means she didn't just fail to protect me once. She's been failing to protect me for 8 years. Every time she called it a misunderstanding. Every time she told me to move on. Every time she asked why I was still dwelling on the past. She was choosing him. Over and over and over. And now she's made that choice explicit. Tyler's name on the invitation. Mine conspicuously absent from the bridesmaid list. She begged me to join. She wanted me there, but only on her terms. Only if I pretended. Only if I smiled and was civil to my rapist. Only if I made her wedding day comfortable for everyone except myself. And I'm finally saying no. Not because I'm holding a grudge. Not because I'm being dramatic. Not because I'm stuck in the past. But because I deserve a mother who believes me.
Who protects me, who chooses me.
And she's not that mother. She never has been. So next week, while my mother gets married with Tyler in attendance, I'll be at the beach with my dad. Building sandcastles. Not thinking about the woman who gave birth to me but never truly saw me. Not mourning a relationship that ended the day she decided my truth was negotiable. Just breathing. Just existing in a space where I'm believed, where I'm safe, where I'm enough, even without a mother who thinks I am. The wedding invitation sits in my trash can, Tyler's name mocking me from the crumpled paper. And I feel nothing but relief that I won't be there. Some people don't deserve your presence, even if they're your mother, even if it's their wedding day, especially if they never believed the worst thing that ever happened to you. I'm not going, and I'm finally okay with that. Because choosing myself, my safety, my peace, my truth, is the only choice that matters. My mother made her choice 8 years ago. I'm just finally making mine.